welcome to today's lesson. I'll be taking you mathematics. My name is Adejoro Cornelius, and today we'll be dealing with multiplication of 3-digit numbers by 3-digit numbers. And mind you, this is learn at home as usual. Now, we must have been familiar with multiplication, and some people are even familiar with using multiplication table to multiply a whole lot of numbers. Now, as you already know, multiplication is all about increasing in multiple fold a particular number to increase it in size by certain numbers more than one. Maybe you multiplying by 2, multiplying by 3, or multiplying that number by itself, as the case may be. But one thing that a number of persons think is difficult is how to easily multiply by 3-digit numbers by 3-digit numbers. And for those in primary 5 to 6, or perhaps primary 4 or so, we'll discover that this problem can easily be solved by multiplication and, of course, at some point, addition. But having said that, we'll also look at how the other method of multiplying 3 by 3 digit numbers through expansion. But for now, we want to begin with the process we are already familiar with. So it's going to be very simple. It's not going to take our time. So let's just pay attention as we move. So we'll take our first example. So in this example, we are to multiply 548 by 127, which, of course, some persons might decide to write as 548 times 127 using the multiplication sign. 548 times 127. So, like I did mention earlier, this is going to involve multiplication and, of course, addition. So when we are done with this, we will now use the second method and see how we can progress from there. So we have our number as 548, and then we have 127. Have our multiplication sign here, and then we move. We'll begin with 7. We'll use this first digit here from the right. 7 multiplied by 8, 7 multiplied by 4, 7 multiplied by 5, and we move in that order. So for now, we have 7 multiplied by 8 will give us 56, and we'll write 6 and keep 5 aside. Then we have 7 multiplied by 4. 7 multiplied by 4 will give us 28, plus the 5 we kept away. It will give us 33. So we'll write 3 and now keep 3 aside. Now, if we multiply 7 by 5, that will give us 35. 35 plus the 3 we kept aside will give us 38. So we are done with the first part. So the next thing to do is to use these two to multiply the number we have above. Multiply 8, 4, and then 5. So remember, our multiplication is always done through the left, through the right towards the left. So in that order, we will now multiply 2 by 8, which will give us 16. So we'll write our 6 here and keep 1 aside. And then multiply 2 by 4. 2 multiplied by 4 will give us 8, plus the one we kept aside will give us 9. You write your 9 there. And then we have 2 multiplied by 5. 2 multiplied by 5, of course, will give us 10. It will give us 10. These 2 multiplied by 5, that's like 5 times 2 or 2 times 5 is 10. So write 10 here. And then we now use 1 to multiply what we have above. So 1 multiplied by 8 will give us 8. Remember, anything you multiply by 1 will give you that number. Anything we multiply by 1, because it's like saying that any number we multiply by 1 will give us that number, because it's like saying that number in one place, just in one place. So if we do that, 1 multiplied by 8 will give us 8, 1 multiplied by 4 will give us 4, and then 1 multiplied by 5 will give us 5. Now, it's time for addition. From here, we'll begin to add. And in order not to confuse us, you notice that we have some empty spaces here. So those empty spaces can be filled with 0, just to avoid unnecessary confusion. But if you like, you can leave it as it is as well. So if we add this, we'll have 6 plus 0 plus 0, 6. 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6 plus 0 will give us what? Will give us 9. Now, if we add 9 multiplied by 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8. 8 plus 9 will give us 17. 8 plus 9 will give us 17. So if we now add 17 to 8 that we have here, it will give us 25. So we have 5 and we will carry 2 away. We'll keep 2 aside. Now, we have 7 here plus 0, 3 here plus 0 is 3, plus 4 will give us 7. Then plus the 2 we kept aside, it will give us 9. And then we now have 0 plus 1 plus 5 to give us what? To give us 6. Now, having done that, the next thing to do will be to use the second method. This is method 1. We use the second method, which I call the expansion method. And when we do that, we will now try to check our answer, compare the answer we get from there with what we have presently, and see if it's correct. If it's correct, it means it's correct. If it's not, it does not correspond, it means there is a mistake somewhere. So let's move on. So we have 528 multiplied by 127. 528 multiplied by 127. So if we continue, we will have 548 multiplied by 127. We'll have 548 multiplied by, we will now expand the 127 we have above. We have to expand this because we are using expansion method. So here we'll have 100 because this 1 here stands for 100. What we have is 127. So that 1 stands for 100. And then plus these 2 stand for 20. We'll write our 20 there. Then the next number is 7. 7 remain as 7. So plus 7. We'll have this, close the brackets. So if we continue, we will now have to multiply, open these brackets by multiplying 548 by the numbers here. So we can have 548 multiplied by 100 in brackets plus 548 multiplied by 20, and then in bracket also. Then plus 548. Remember, we are opening that bracket now. 548 multiplied by 7. So when we are able to open these brackets and then do the appropriate multiplication, we discover that we will now have to sum the numbers together and see if it gives us the answer we had here. We had the last answer we had here in using the first method was 69,596. So we move on, and then this will now give us 548 multiplied by 100. That will give us 54,800. 54800 plus the next number will be to multiply, sorry, here is 20, not 2, please. We had 20 there. That is 548 multiplied by 20. If we do that correctly, it will give you 10,960. That is 10960. And then plus 548 multiplied by 7 that we have here, which will give us 3836. That is 3,836. Now, the next thing to do is to add these numbers together. We can perform our addition easily using place value. We can add these numbers together. If we add them together correctly, it will give us 69596, which is 69,596, which correspond with what we have here, meaning our solution is correct. So next, we will now go into an assignment. I'll give an assignment for you to do at home, and ensure you do it. Ensure you submit to the appropriate through the appropriate channels. So the assignment will be 2 that I'll have. So I can now wipe off this part. Okay, still correct. So number 2 is a form of word problem. So the first question is to multiply 225 by 113. And the second question said, find the cost of producing 728 tires if the cost of producing one tire is 1,230 naira. So it's very simple. Don't allow this to cause you any panic or confusion. All you need to do is to multiply the cost of producing one by 728. It will give you the answer. That's just a clue to that. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll meet again, same station, same time. Thank you very much, and do stay safe. Thank you.